Hi there, Teresa from the Fargo Red Wing Shoe Store. I'd like to thank you, the hardworking men and women, for supporting our small business because we couldn't do it without you. So thank you to each and every one of you for helping us have this memorable year. It's been our pleasure to help you. If you've never worn Red Wing boots, stop in and see what we're all about at 3003 Main Avenue in Fargo. Red Wing shoes for ultimate durability.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday. It is January 7th.
Yeah.
Lisa, Lydia, Scott with you here this morning. We're laughing because Facebook took a little bit
just
longer to
loading
start.
for a while.
Well, and then it's like, is it actually live?
Are we live?
Not.
All right, thank you for joining us for this Facebook Live. Of course, we're live every weekday morning right around this time, but it stays on your feed throughout the day, so you can watch it whenever it works best for you or listen to it as a podcast. Just go to inforum.com/podcast and look for the Inforum Minute.
All right, this morning, if you look outside, you can actually see the sky.
That's nice. Or just, the house across the
Yeah,
street.
that too. That's nice.
Yeah, it's been super foggy the past couple of days. Finally a break. No dense fog advisory in effect this morning. I had a couple little pockets of soup up into northern Minnesota early this morning, but even those have started to fade away. And so the rest of the day just features a partly cloudy sky. We're actually seeing a peak of the sunrise this morning, which is a nice switch
Yeah, it
up.
is.
We've got a pretty good January day on our hands. Partly cloudy, moments of clouds, moments of sun. Temperatures above freezing, 35 today, and a lighter wind out of the southwest at 5 to 15. Not a zero wind, you might notice it, but not where it's crazy windy and making it feel colder. I think we get to feel all 35 degrees today. A little bit of melting to do today too, kind of chipping away at some of that snowpack. That can put new moisture in the atmosphere. We'll watch for maybe a little fog because of that tomorrow morning, but probably not terribly dense. Chance at some wintry mix, mainly along the Canadian border. Late tonight into early tomorrow could leave behind a slippery spot, but nothing that's, once again, big or widespread. Just a nice day today. Clouds tomorrow. We're going to look fairly gray, but decent temperatures, upper 20s to near 30. It's anywhere between 10 to 15 degrees above average for this time of year. Not bad for wind tomorrow either. There is a system of rain and snow down toward the Twin Cities tomorrow. So if you happen to be traveling that way for your Thursday, that's something to watch out for. We just get the clouds because of that. Friday, we're cooler, temps in the 20s, few afternoon flurries, kind of some patches of very light snow. Saturday's actually going to be your better bet, your next bet for picking up any sort of accumulation. I still think an inch or less.
Okay.
Not a big snow. Does meet a wind out of the northwest between about 15 to 25 miles an hour, maybe gusting up near 30. So some visibility issues, some minor blowing snow, but not a big heavy snow. A few inconveniences for your Saturday travels, but probably not shutting anything down. Temperatures fall into the teens for Saturday, so it will be much cooler than what we're going to feel for today or tomorrow. Sunday looking fine, partly cloudy, temps in the 20s. Back into the 30s on Monday and Tuesday. So we get a couple more days where we're well above average, maybe doing a little bit of melting. At the very end of the 10-day forecast, which would take us into next weekend, so not this coming weekend, but the next one, that's where I see a little bit of a pattern change where we're more likely to see near normal temperatures for this time of year back down into the teens.
Yeah, because it doesn't feel like January.
No. This is the type of January that I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
I can do this.
We can live with this.
It'll be near 50 today in southwestern North Dakota.
Wow.
Different type of soil. Obviously, it's much sandier out there, and they don't have snow on the ground, so that makes a huge difference. If we didn't have any snow on the ground, we'd probably be in the 40s today. Snowpack. The sun's energy goes into melting the snow before it can go into warming your temperature. So when you have snow on the ground, you stay a little bit cooler. But you know what? 35 is still pretty good. Yeah. Okay, that's all. Thanks, guys.
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right, well, we're tracking breaking news for you this morning, just into our WDAY newsroom. A deadly crash in northern Minnesota. The two-vehicle head-on crash happened just before 7 this morning. Minnesota State Patrol Sergeant Jesse Graybo says it happened on Highway 59 near Plummer, which is in Red Lake County. Sergeant Graybo says the crash is still under investigation, and while that's happening, traffic will be detoured. Stick with the news leader for updates on this breaking story.
The Grand Forks County State's Attorney says that the officer who shot and killed a woman who was holding a man hostage will not face any charges. The state's attorney says Deputy Cameron Bridger was legally justified to use deadly force because he had reason to believe the victim's life was at risk. Officers used a drone to see Alice Nestall swinging a knife at that hostage. That's when they broke down the door, shot, and killed her.
This morning, lawyers for a North Dakota man accused of murder more than 30 years ago will present evidence that they say shows he could not have committed the crime. Warner Kunkel is serving a life sentence for stabbing Gilbert Fassett nearly 100 times. Kunkel's lawyers will present statements given to investigators that witnesses saw Fassett alive days after Kunkel is accused of killing him.
A Perham, Minnesota man is now facing federal charges tied to an alleged crime spree last fall. Nathaniel Smith is charged with federal robbery and carjacking, along with multiple counts of interstate transportation of stolen vehicles. He was initially charged at the state level. A plea agreement is now in place. Under that deal, Smith will admit to all allegations. Smith faces up to 20 years in federal prison and a $250,000 fine if he's convicted.
Today at the Capitol, the U.S. House Committee on Oversight and Government Reform will hold its first hearing on fraud in Minnesota. It's investigating money laundering and fraud in the state's social services programs. That hearing will be held less than an hour from now at 9 o'clock this morning at the Capitol.
Minnesota Governor Tim Walz says his decision to not run for a third term is a personal one, not a political one. Walz's leadership has been under scrutiny in the wake of a $1 billion fraud scandal that's been uncovered. In recent days, Walz's feud with President Trump has also escalated. And the governor says the unwanted attention from the president did play a role in his decision not to run again. Now, despite calls from Republicans for him to resign, Governor Walz says that he plans on serving every day of his second term.
Hot Mike with John Mizzo is coming up live on WDAY Extra from 9 to 11. This morning, the race for the EDC title is underway. Why the Shanley girls basketball team believes they have the firepower to win this year's regular season crown. Plus, the Bison women's basketball team has one of the longest win streaks in the country going on right now. Winners of 11 straight. How Jocelyn Schiller changed everything. Hot Mike is live from 9 to 11.
Don't forget, join us for the rest of our newscast today. Our next one's at 11, then 4, 5, 6, 9, and 10.
Have a great day, everyone.